Most people associate the areas just below the Arctic Circle with cold, wind, rain, and fog. They are quite right, of course. The place is just like that during most of the year. However, summer comes here too, even if it is only for a short period of time. The frozen soil melts, the landscape turns green, and nature revives again. Iceland, the tundra in bloom. This country, which is also known as the land of ice and fire, is situated along the mid-Atlantic ridge that runs up and down the Atlantic Ocean. It is the only place where plates that are drifting apart surface, thus forming an island. From a geological point of view, Iceland belongs to America as much as it belongs to Europe. The edges of the two plates drift apart at 2 centimeters a year. This might sound small. However, ever since the arrival of the first Viking settlers, this shift has covered a distance of 20 meters. Slowly but steadily, the island of Iceland is growing bigger and bigger. The island was discovered by Norse sailors in 870 AD. In the ensuing millennium, Icelandic people lived in complete isolation and reproduced among themselves. Since they lack immediate neighbors, their language has hardly evolved. They are practically able to read sagas written in the Middle Ages without any difficulty. The population of the island is still just slightly above 300,000. By European standards, it is the population of a mid-sized town. However, so few people on such a vast territory can almost become lost, with a population density of only 3 people per square kilometer. Half of the Icelandic people live in or around Reykjavik, which is the northernmost capital in the world. In Icelandic, Reykjavik means Bay of Smoke. The first settlers gave the city this name because upon their arrival, the bay was one big puff of smoke and steam. Today, we know that this was due to geothermal springs. As this is a tectonically active region, sometimes hot water surfaces all of a sudden. These are called geysers. The heat of the hot water is used as geothermal energy throughout the country. In fact, Icelanders heat everything with it: houses, roads, and greenhouses. This Icelandic man is laying down hot water pipes on his driveway to prevent it from freezing during winter. Even tropical fruits can grow in greenhouses. Energy is practically provided for free by nature. So bananas can grow with the appropriate temperature both in summer and in winter. With an exception or two, the cold soil of the tundras is completely barren, so the pastures with their thick grass are used to graze sheep. However, grazing is not an option everywhere. The majority of the country is covered with rocky detritus made up of igneous basalt. Even the soil is missing. Only 1% of the island is covered with forests. This is such a low percentage that it cannot support a timber industry. Timber is of great value here. It is one of the most expensive building materials. Nearly 1/10 of Iceland is covered with glaciers. The ice does not melt even during the summer, and at certain places it can reach a depth of 1,000 meters. Due to meltwater and the large quantities of precipitation, rivers flow from the highlands through the lowlands. Harnessing them provides the island with the majority of its required electricity. If nature is so tough on people on this island, one may rightly ask how Icelandic people survive. The answer is simple. They support themselves mainly from fishing. The country is not a member state of the European Union, so according to their own laws, even whaling is permitted. Thanks to its natural resources, Iceland's tourism is becoming more and more popular. The handful of people living here are compensated for the tough winter conditions by the short period when the tundra is in bloom.